What's up, you guys? Long time no see, right?
You guys are probably wondering what the little situation I got going on here. Well, I have dislocated my shoulder, and that required me getting surgery. That was 8 days ago. I know I was supposed to have this video out by yesterday, but you know what I'm saying. Even with the injury, I still got shit going on. So yeah, I'm about to tell y'all the story of what led up to this injury. So this actually happened throughout the course of 3 instances that required to getting surgery. So first time I dislocated my shoulder, it was summer of 2021. I brought this girl on a date to the skate park, and of course I wanted to impress her, so I was trying to go for this kickflip to fakie on the quarter pipe. I wish I had my clip, but it's on one of my old Instagrams, and I low-key just forgot my username, and I can't, I would love to have that clip for you. Who knows, I might have it somewhere saved in the cloud or something. But if I don't, unfortunately, I just ain't got it. I was going for a kickflip to fakie on the quarter. I haven't landed this trick 8 months prior to even trying it. I had it. When I was finally sticking it, I kept slipping out. I slipped out, I tried to catch my fall, and I just my shit got dislocated. I had my homies freaking out and everything. They're saying yo, your shoulder is hanging out 5 inches out of your socket. Oh my god, that shit's gross. And the girl had to drive me to the ER. She's like, I'm surprised she's not crying right now. I was low-key crying on the inside. I was just trying to thug it out and be like, oh, nah, this shit happens all the time. That was my first time dislocating my shoulder. I think prior to that, fractured my wrist, slammed into my hip. I took a lot of gnarly falls, but this is the first injury that required any serious medical assistance, because I was usually doing pretty good with avoiding doctor's offices and ERs and all that until now, or at least until that moment. Got that popped back in, took 3 weeks, all that. The second time I dislocated my shoulder was actually out in New York. Me and Nick were just skating all day, throughout Manhattan. Eventually ended up in Brooklyn. We go to this indoor skate park called Substance Skate Park. Messing around, just skating on the quarter. I was just riding down fakie. I slip out. My shoulder pops out of the socket. I just damn no. I'm in the middle of Brooklyn, New York, just I ain't got insurance. Just popped it back in. I had to relocate it myself, man. That was wild. And of course, the third incident, which is, from the last video, the Swamp Fest vid, I dislocated my shoulder 3 hours. 3 hours within the event. God damn. I was so discouraged. I was just, oh man, it sucked. But I dropped in the bowl, came down. There was dust in the bowl, so of course, dusty bowl is pretty slippery. So I slipped, fell into the side of the bowl, shoulder first, just full impact, just I felt it right away. I get up, start just holding my shoulder, just run out the bowl, try to climb up the bowl. I have to use this shoulder, the shoulder's out the socket. I'm trying to pull myself out the bowl, just I'm struggling, but I get out eventually and relocated again. I've been through this before. This is not my first rodeo. So I originally was gonna just let it, heal on its own. My mom, my grandma was like, we should really talk to somebody, go look at some doctors, go to a physical therapist, really get a professional medical opinion. And yeah, they said, yeah, I needed surgery. They basically said, you fucked up your shoulder so bad, yeah, you're gonna need that surgery, man. Yeah, that's a fair point. So of course I got stitches. I know the little patchwork isn't so good. I had to put it on by myself today. So yeah, I ain't got nobody here at the house with me at the moment. So yeah, this is, you know what I'm saying? Look, this is a little independent patchwork, you know what I'm saying? Look, it can definitely use some improvement. It sucks I can't give you guys the skateboarding content. Mainly this channel was supposed to be built around the whole skateboarding scene and, more skateboarding content. I won't be able to do that for, let's see, so we're 8 days after the surgery. They said it'll be 4 months for the full recovery. So 4 months, no skateboarding content. You know what I'm saying? I kind of had to let that sink in. So, you know, I've had to definitely go through a bit of a mental block this past week for sure. There still will be videos. There's going to be videos out. Unfortunately, just not skateboarding content at the moment. Of course, I just want to give you guys a little update and let you guys know how I was doing. I'm still alive. I'm fine. Well, somewhat fine. So, yeah. I want to say, for everyone who has been checking up on me, thank you so much. Godspeed for the rest of this healing journey.